What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is Rap the Trader, back again with another video for you guys. If you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and give me a like if you like this video. Today's video, I will be going over GBP USD trade breakdown on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, just to show you guys briefly of how I trade and what I look for when I'm entering into the market. So with that being said, let's get into this video. All right. So as you can see, when the market opened up on Sunday, market started, we was in a bearish trend. We started going a little bit bearish on Friday, and Sunday we started to come up a little bit bullish, and we made a nice move here during the Asian session. But if you follow me and you follow my channel, you know that I trade London and New York sessions. So I wouldn't have even caught this move because this is not a session for me to be trading. This the one thing is about this trading industry is that we have to be disciplined and we have to be patient. All right, just be disciplined and be patient. Trade the time that you said that you was going to trade, and everything will work out fine for you. All right. So for me, London session. For the London session, that's once I got to the charts. Here's what I seen. I seen that we was in a nice little downtrend here, and I noticed price broke this swing high and broke this swing high. All right, so price broke two swing highs. So right now we had a break of structure with this move. So for me, when I see price breaks two swing highs, I use my fib tool, that handy dandy fib tool, to see what type of retracement that I get. So I take this fib tool from this high to this low, and now all I'm doing is I'm waiting to see what type of percentage retracement that I'm going to get. And as you can see, price came up to the 62.5%, and more than likely, I know for me, if I get a retracement at the 62, I'm going to take that entry. That's just me. Even though I didn't get an engulfing candlestick here, but if you drop down, sometimes I drop down to the 15-minute to see if I do get an engulfing candle. And as you can see, we still didn't get an engulfing candle, but I will have entered on this candlestick off of the 15-minute time frame due to the fact that this candle is stepping below the previous candle, and it's showing me that it's going in my direction. So this would have been an entry for me right here, and my stop loss would have been at this high, so which is structure. I always set my stop loss at structure, and then just use proper risk management, and this trade that is you 24 pips. So 24 pip move. All right, so drop down to the 30-minute, drop down to the 15-minute time frame. Once you see the candle, see your candles, your time get down to the first 15 minutes is about the end on that 30-minute chart, then you can just drop down to the 15-minute time frame to see if you get an engulfing candle to get a little early entry. Right. So, but that was a nice little trade on Monday. And like I say, for me, I'm only looking to get 10 pips anyways, 10 pips a day, 50 pips a week. That's my goal, and that's what I look for. So also, when you're in this market, you need to have a goal of what you want to get. You need to have a goal, right? That's the only way you're going to get to where you're trying to go at. And so, like I said, and for me, once I get 10 pips, about like 10, 11 pips in profit, then I will bring my stop loss to secure at least 11 pips to cover the spread and the commission. And then I know once price is inside of one of my zones are 25 pips that I have my zone set up. So I know when price is inside of that zone, price needs to fill that zone. So I would secure my 10 pips and then continue to let the trade ride out. If I got stopped out, then I just got stopped out. All right. But during New York session, this was really choppy, man. Like, this really, for a new trader, this is nothing you should be trading. But an experienced trader, you could have caught you something in here, but more than likely, some experienced traders might not even trade this either. But as you can see, price is respecting the 50% level. We never broke above. Once we came up to here to the 62 and dropped down, we never came back to the 62.5% retracement on the fib level. We just kept rejecting this level, and we're really sitting at that 37.5%. And then as you can see, price did give you an engulfing candle here. We did engulf this previous candle, so this would have been an entry for you right here. Could have took this entry. Stop loss could have been above this candle, or it could have been at this high right here. And as you can see, price dropped down and gave you a 20 pip move. So, but that was on Monday. But you know, Monday really wasn't. It was really choppy. You know what I mean? It was really choppy. But you know, if you know what you're doing and you know you're not over leveraging, then you will be okay. So coming into Tuesday, like you see, doing Tuesday, doing Asian session. This was a nice little move doing Asian session. But for me, I don't trade Asian session. But for anybody that does trade GBP USD doing Asian session, I'm going to show you the setup that you could have taken with Asian session. So here it is. You had price close below our support. And the way that I traded, this is what I would have done. I would wait for price to close above my support, come back and give me a retest, look for an engulfing candle or any type of other candlestick pattern that I use for confirmation. And that would have been it. And as you can see, price closed above support, came back, gave you a retest, accumulated. You know, once the new session opened up, it accumulated for a little while, gave you this engulfing candle, and this would have been your entry. And for me, 10 pip, you guys already know 10 pips. And this one candlestick was 10 pips right here. And, you know, I always try to get at least 11, you know what I mean, 11 or 12 or something like that, just to cover the, you know, the spread and the commission. But, you know, that was a nice little move, or nice little break and retest in golf. You know what I mean? Entry here, stop loss at this low right here. That was a nice move. But for me doing London session, my session, the time that I trade, once I got up, you know, seeing price was stalling out at the 750 level. For those of you who don't know, I use I trade off my support and resistance are whole even numbers. And what I noticed from doing a little bit of back testing, that price loves to like stall out or reject at the 750 level. All right. So as you can see, just patiently waiting, man. Just being patient, you know what I mean? Not jumping the gun, just waiting on the setup. If you don't see your setup, you don't trade. But here's the setup. You got price did finally, after it made this nice little move during Asian session, you know, this nice little move during Asian session. Then we got to the 750 level and we started just, you know, stalling out. You know, we just hanging out. We hanging out at the 750, you know what I mean? Everybody getting a piece of barbecue off the grill, you know, we just hanging out, having a good time. But as you can see, price broke above my resistance, came back, retested, gave me an engulfing candle. This was the entry. Stop loss is here. So we had about a 16 pip stop loss, and we collected a good 42 pips. So that was a nice move right there. 42 pip move. And you already know my goal is 10 pips. So get my 10, secure 11, and once price enter to a new zone, I'm looking for price to fill that zone. So I'm getting this whole 42 pip move, and that's it. And that was the move during London session. So during New York, I think this was right here was around like, I think this was around like New York time doing this move, but this could have been a move if you missed this move during London session. This is the only move that you got during New York. And you know, for me, if I wouldn't have taken this trade, then this would have been a trade to take, because I'm getting too many rejections at this resistance. And for me, when I see more than 3 rejections at a resistance or at a support, whichever way that it's showing me that price wants to go, I'm taking that entry. And you know, just, you know, you're not gonna over leverage, and then you just use a nice little lot size so that you don't over leverage your account. And then you just set your nice little stop loss. You know, stop loss will be right here at this high. So that would have been my stop loss. I would took an entry on this candlestick, then I would just took it right down to my support. You know, because once price is inside of my zone, I'm looking for price to fill that zone, and more than likely price is going to fill that zone. And as you can see, that was a 33 pip move if you have taken this trade here, with due to the fact that price did not want to break above and continue going bullish. All right, So now we're coming into we're coming into the next day. We're coming into Wednesday here. And for Wednesday, this is what I see. You know, this is doing Asian session right here. And as you can see, once price off of Tuesday, we made this low. We made this, I mean, we made this high, we made this low, we made this high, we made a low, we made another we made a lower high here, and then we came back, we made a lower low. So right now we made a lower high, we made a lower low. So we made lower lows and lower highs inside of an uptrend. That is a divergence. All right. So we have a divergence, and we also broke structure because we broke these lows. So we have a divergence and we broke structure. So for me, like I said, when price breaks structure and we break two lower lows or two lower highs, I use the fib tool. So I take my fib from that high to that low to see what type of retracement you get. And as you can see, price came up and retraced to the 50, creating a higher high here. And, you know, price just didn't want to pass the 50%. And this is doing Asian. This is doing Asian session right here. So Asian Tokyo. So this was a nice little move right here. You created you got a 50% retracement, and you also see that prices made a triple top. And this would have been an entry right here for me. I would have took this entry because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rejections, and this candle is stepping down. It's giving me a signal that it is going to continue going bearish. So this would have been an entry for me. If not, you could have waited on this pullback and took an entry here. That's if you trade the Asian session. But like I told you guys, I don't trade Asian session. I'm just showing you a setup. Doing the Asian session that if I traded Asian session that I would have taken, but that was a setup that I seen doing Asian session. So coming into London session, this is what I seen. So as you can see, price did make that drop. And now for me, I'm just waiting on a retest. So as you can see, price did break these lows here. Price broke these lows. So now I'm just going to take out my fib tool again because price broke this low. Take out my fib tool from that high to that low to see what type of retracement I got. And as you can see, price came back, gave me a 37.5% retracement. All right. I didn't get an engulfing candle. So it didn't give me an engulfing candle for an entry. But from, like I said, this next candle stepped down, showing me that it's going in my direction. So this would have been an entry for me. This would have been my entry. And then I'm just going to take it, you know, might get my 10 pips, secure me 11, 12 pips. And then I know price is going to fulfill my zone. So I'm just going to continue to let the trade ride out. But, you know, if you wasn't comfortable with taking a trade here, you could have just waited until price closed inside of your zone, came back, gave you this retest, and you could have taken an entry here. Okay, so that would have been an entry there. Doing this was doing London and New York. You had a beautiful, nice bullish move doing New York right here. So once price came down, price came back and finished off this run doing London. It gave you this tweezer bottom pattern down here, which is a pattern that I trade as well. So you had this nice tweezer bottom. For the tweezer bottom, this I always enter once that tweezer pattern finished. This would have been the entry right here, and my stop loss would have been down here. All right, so this is the entry here. But if you're not used to trading, if you don't know candlestick pattern formations, then you know you would just wait until you got the break and the retest, and you know whatever it is that you look for. But for me, so this here, price did close above, came back, gave a retest. This candle here engulfed this previous candle. So this would have been the entry, and then I get my 10, you know, like I get my 10, secure my 11, 12, and I just continue to let the trade ride out. Excuse me. And as you can see, we came all the way back up to that previous day high, and that was a 47 pip move. So that was my breakdown for you guys for GBP USD for the past 3 days. If you enjoyed this video, man, give your boy a thumbs up. And like always, be the reason somebody smiles. Be the reason someone smiles. Peace and love, family.